So I have an interesting card trick for you. We've got 8 cards and only 8 cards. We've got the aces, which I can display right here. Front and back, not gimmicked in any way. Right here, so the audience can check those out, as well as the 4 jacks, which everyone can see as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, like so, and backs as well. Yay. So we're going to use these cards for a very interesting effect. We're going to go very slowly so everyone can see it. So again, 4 aces and jacks. So I'm going to go across, and I actually want to do a fair quick display. So we got the jack clubs, jack of hearts, the jack of diamonds, and the jack of spades. Hopefully it's in frame. Yeah, there we go. And I'll place them right over here. Square it on up. And with the aces, we're going to do something really, really cool. We'll start off with the ace of diamonds. Hopefully everyone can see this. I hope the contrast isn't getting it too much. Anyways, ace of diamonds. Check this out. I just have to give it a wave. And it starts to look like one of the jacks. Very odd. And would be a great way to cheat at poker. Needless to say. So that is actually the first one. Let's see if we can actually try that again. Let's try something else. We'll do it with the ace of spades this time. Okay? I just give it a little, grab a little bit of essence. And believe it or not, we actually get that second jack right there. That is the second one. Okay? And then the third and fourth happen just like that. Crazy, huh? And what's even crazier is if I push the button, the reset button, what gets even crazier is that they all turn back to aces, believe it or not. And over here, believe it or not as well, we've got the 4 jacks. And everything is examinable. That is my thoughts on the Paul Harris reset, which I call the lazy reset. Hope you enjoyed it. So this is the lazy reset. First, give the video a like if you've gotten this far. Helps YouTube algorithms. And so this is just my interesting take on it. It originally began just because I loved a switch I found from, what was it? It was Dear Mr. Fantasy by John Bannon, and he described a Marlowe Vieser switch with additional part to it. I'm forgetting right now, but it was an amazing switch, and so adding it to reset really made it smooth. It made as you just saw, it just seems so fair, and he just literally just showed the jacks, set them down, aces, set them down, everything seemed fair, and then the magic starts happening seemingly out of nowhere, and that switch aided to it, which was the first point. And then I tried to simplify, well, I just had my own take on the reset. I made it very, I don't want to say elementary, really basic, but I just really made it simple for myself because I know there's so many more advanced versions of reset you could do out there. Really, really tricky, some angle sensitive. But I just really wanted a usable reset I could do that I don't have to put too much thought into, because I'm already having to put a lot of thought into the order to make sure it's correct, because I am very, very forgetful. So with that said, and that out of the way, this is how, with crediting aside, this is how you do it. We have the 4 aces right here. Okay, maybe I should actually turn on the brightness. Maybe it is too bright for these guys. Let me lower it a little bit. Boosh. There we go. Yeah, looks good, nice. Okay, so you can see a little bit better. So the aces will be, I'll keep them like this so you can see it. The red aces on the bottom, and ace of spades being second from the top in this case, and then ace of clubs being on top. So in order, it's ace of clubs, ace of spades, and then 2 red aces. Doesn't matter which is on bottom, or at the back. Doesn't matter. So we got that. Okay, and then over here, it could be it is either the blacks in between, or the blacks on the outside, reds on the inside, or reds on the outside, blacks on the inside. Either or, but this is what we want. So let's just say, for the sake of context, reds are on the outside and blacks are on the side. Okay? And we got the aces over here. Okay? And again, order reds below, spades right there, clubs on top. And then reds and twin black. So if you want to take a little screenshot of the order I use it in and try to remember, it would be something like this. So boom, 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 boom. I make a big point about this because I forget the order all the time. Believe it or not, I am very, very forgetful, which is why I have this channel. And I forget the order all the time, so then I have to take a minute, actually practice what the order was, and then I finally got it down. So that's why I put so much emphasis on the order, so I can remember for myself. So with that out of the way, everything becomes a lot easier, or you can modify the actual routine depending after the switch. So we show all 8 cards, and we try to keep in the same order as we hand them out. You can check them out, everything, and then after people hand it back, you just get it back into the order. Don't make a big deal out of it. Just like, oh yeah, whatever, and then you just set it up to be like this. So with it like this, jacks being on top of the aces in this case, we are going to get a pinky pull down of the bottommost card or lowermost card. Not too difficult, just practice makes perfect. Just kidding. Then you can eventually get a feel of what one card feels like versus, let's say, 2 or 3. That feels much bulkier. And then just practicing to get that single card pinky break. So now that we've got that pinky break, here's where the fun begins. We have the pinky break and we take it with the card, kind of like a Harry Lorraine halo cut. So we take the lowermost card and the jack together. But Danny, won't it be obvious that they're splitting? In motion or kept in motion, it covers a lot of discrepancies with it. And we also try to use our forefinger to push down to square the card as much as we do it. So even any small discrepancies are covered, though we wouldn't want a large one. And that's what it looks like. It looks pretty good, even though it's a literal double. Cool. And that's what I actually do in my shows. So if it's good enough to pass my shows, then yeah, it's good enough for us. So what we do in this case, and let me put an emphasis on the cards now that I've got my talking face out of the way. So from here, we do pull off 1 and take the ace, the red ace with it. Okay, so pull off and take the red ace with it. We got the top card covering it, forefinger being right here to cover the discrepancy. And we wouldn't want to do it like this, doing the whole move like this. We would want an open gesture, which was credited, or I credited for this idea to John Armstrong in his Cards and Glass routine, in his Armstrong Magic Volumes 1 through 3. Yes, I have to include crediting. Hate me. Because the other people who hate me for not crediting, oh, they will do so much worse. So, we got the first jack, okay? Then we take the second jack. And during that, us going to pick up the third jack, we kept a break in between the first 2 jacks. So let me go back. And we got the black jack on top. We steal it out with the ace right here. Okay, so 1, and we display it. 2, and we're just talking casual about the jacks, whatever is to the context of your performance. As we come back, we've kept a break between the jacks, and forgive me if I missed that detail, but we kept a break between the jacks and the ace. And as we come back to take the third jack, as we did before, we're dropping off on the bottom the first 2 jacks. So we drop off the first 2 as we take the third jack. Okay, so going back. Let me go back like so. Okay. So again, the order would be reds in between the blacks, and forgive me if I made an error. I'm just doing multiple times, so for clarity. And then aces right here. Okay, there we go. So going back, break underneath the bottom card. Okay, got it. We pull off 1, show it, pull off 2, show it. We kept a break between the ace and the jacks, the first 2 jacks. Drop off underneath the pack as we take the third jack and show it. and then we take the 4th Jack and show it. And we don't need a break for these two, as these are the cards that are going to be just settled down. And in this position, or at this point, we have the Jack, 1 Jack, red Jack, 1 black Jack, and then a red ace. And that's all we need as we set it down. So one last time, and forgive me for the repetition, but it helps because this routine, I know resets are complicated. So I really want to take my time and try to describe properly. Pull down, whichever, blacks between the reds or reds between the blacks. We got this position. Pull down, 1, 2, drop off 2 as we take off the 3rd, and 4th. Okay, I did in slow motion to clarify, but in real time we would want to go much faster. So let's see. There we go. There we go. Okay. So in real time it would look something like this. Okay, we've got the first Jack, Jack of Diamonds, usually referred to as women's best friend. I still don't know why. So a real-time performance would look like this. First one is Jack of Diamonds, usually referred to as women's best friend. I don't know why. Jack of Spades, the favorite. Jack of Clubs, which is a great but the most forgotten. And the last Jack, Jack of Hearts, de corazón in Spanish. And then we could say that right there. And then we can set those down. And so again, in this pile, we've got the hearts, clubs, well, red Jack, black Jack, because that's what we originally wanted. Yeah, it doesn't matter if they're correct or not. Just red Jack, black Jack, and then a red ace. Okay? And these 3 cards go down to the side, and a card box is usually placed on top of those cards. Secure 'em. So if you're doing this effect as a solo, you could even do this as a packet trick and just keep in your pocket these 8 cards, because it's ungimmicked. It's so great. So card box goes on top. Now we got the and if in the case that you just do as a packet trick, you can actually just use whatever, or have someone step on those 3 cards if they're not going to move anywhere or anything of that nature. So be creative. So now in this position from this side, we have got the clubs, spades, and then red ace, whichever the case is. So because we're very specific about the aces, this is the general order. And then the 2 jacks right here. So jacks on top, and then 3 aces right here. Okay? And so the first ace we do to get out, we do an Escanio. An Escanio looks like this. We pull out 2 cards. Okay? And I'll actually pull it a little bit more up right there as we do it. Okay, so an Escanio looks like this. Middle finger out, up. I actually do a different alternate version. I tend to do it this way. Middle out. Wait, how do I do it in relation? So we start off with the Escanio Spread, which looks like this. Okay? And then we pull out the ace. So first positioning, again, one last time, we got the general position like this. The red ace does not matter. It could be diamonds or hearts. And then we got the jacks right there. Okay? So the Escanio Spread, to make it pretty much really easy to learn, the pack is held by the middle finger and thumb. Okay? And then to do it, middle finger, forefinger, your forefinger right here, and the thumb from the back contact the top and bottom cards respectively. The middle finger is going to be used very shortly for the next card. And to do, this is oversimplifying it because I know Escanio puts so much detail into the Escanio Spread. I get that. But it's just over, so you're pulling it out to the open from the bottom, over, and then your thumb is pulling over the top card. Okay, so 2 cards are on the outside, and then middle finger grabs the next bottom card, and it pulls it slightly up. Okay, it's an oversimplification of it because there's many different ways and styles to present it, but generally it's yeah, this is the general look of it. I'll actually come closer. There you go, and that's a general Escanio. This being a double card, and that's usually used to conceal multiple cards or stuff of that nature. So over, thumb over, forefinger comes out. I just call over, over, up. That's how I kind of think of it when I'm doing it. So thumb out, takes the card out with the thumb. Forefinger takes the card out with it at the same time, and you can actually slide each other down or correct for that. And if you need help finessing with it after, wanting to make it look really cool as you do it, you could use your forefinger of the hand holding the cards to adjust accordingly. So the cards go in the direction they need to. So over, over, and middle finger. Sorry, forefinger takes the card, then middle finger takes one, and brings all four into view, like so, while concealing doubles or stuff of that nature right here. So again, over, over, pull out, okay, and then we've got these 4 cards, okay, 4 cards. We then take the double right here on the outermost. This is going to be the red ace, and this is what we're going to start with. Pull it out. So again, I'll actually do it up here, over, over, pull out. We get the remaining card, and that is a double, but it looks like a very clean display from the front. Okay, and I'm only doing this for demonstration purposes to be able to show you guys, or ladies, everyone, y'all, you get it. So pull it out like so. Okay, then take the double, turn it up, and as we turn it up, we get a break underneath the top card. And we're going to do a cover side steal change. I don't know if this is mine. I just don't see really anyone doing it with a cover card. But it's like the side steals change, but you get it. But you do with a cover card underneath it. Hence the extra card right here. And by doing that, we can go out right here, and then side steal the 2 cards. It's really not that hard actually, if you think about it. As we get the break underneath all 3. So the top card we show is the ace, which is double because the jack is behind it. And then the card we got a break underneath right there. That's all 3. Set all 3 out halfway. And it can be a light touch so the triple doesn't break. Come over as we pull back on the ace, revealing the jack and the free card. Okay. Then we come over and then we wave, dropping the cover card and the jack, and that allows you to show yourself the card very cleanly. The jack right there. So boom, and then you can show front and back, and people go WTF. How did you do that? Because you could see the back, you can see there. How did that happen? There must be a gaff, but they examined everything beforehand, and so they're trying to run circles in their minds as soon as they see this, which is pretty great. So then to continue on, after we've done our displays, we've shown it, okay, we then need to get a break, 2 cards from the bottom, and what would look like from my end, we want to look for this double thing right here, because we still got the card we changed from the ace right here, 3rd from the top, and this is how we clean up everything. So we've got the card, we've got a break underneath 2 cards. However you go about it, you could just riffle from the back 2, you're good. And then we add the jack there, or it can just be on top already. Got the break set. And then we're going to do Kotsier Kimlot's Undercover Switch, which looks like this. Real-time motion. I pull it out, and then we deal like so. Oh, whoop. So real-time, this is what the switch looks like. We've got it. We can show it. Okay. Great. Then we turn the card over, and then we drop the table, and we switch it back for the ace, and that we would just leave on the table. So we've reset. Kind of funny. So going back over it, and to do that would be Kotsier Kimlot's technique. I can't go too much into deal on it. If you want to check it out, I believe it is on. If you want to check it out, I believe it's on Vanishing Ink Magic, so you can check it out. I just can't go into it because I respect the Kotsier. And so we get that guy, and then we, well, you would do the move, whatever. I can't go into it. So anyways, you do the move, okay? And we've now exchanged the jack for an ace and leaving us set up in this position. Okay? Now from here, I'm like, okay, what I want to use a unique ace. What have we used yet? Let's use the ace of clubs. And then how do we get the next one? How do we put the jack of diamonds into play, or the next jack into play that's different from what we've already shown? And so I came up with this just really lazy idea, and this is why I call it the lazy reset. It's based after this phase. So what we do is we take it literally out the bottom card. Okay, we display it, show it. This is going to be the second one that's going to happen. And we pinky pull down on the bottom card, getting a break above all the rest, or just above the bottom card. Okay, got a break. And then I show it, display it, and then just turn it down, give it a little wave, a little snap, whatever suits your fancy. And then we just literally lift everything up and show the next jack. It really is that simple. It's so hilarious. I've seen my friend do this Paul Harris version. It was just so, or he did it for an ACR, and I was inspired. I'm like, how lazy can I be with this? Can I just do that? I just give it a wave, do that, or snap, and then show it changed. Wow, it works. Yay! Again, we don't want to get a double because we'll show a jack we've just had transformed into and then supposedly set down. So that's why we need to get a break above the bottom and then do a lift and then showing all the jacks. Okay? So then we set that one on the table. The last one, and you're now in this position. Okay? Position check. You've got the ace of spades and then the other two jacks right here. Okay? Two jacks on top, ace of spades on bottom. And from here, what we do is we just simply take the top jack, we say two left, and they're going to have to go, and I would say all at once. That's usually a line magicians say, as we've memorized for pattern presentations, and we're too lazy to change. Anyways, so we take off the top card, put it underneath, squaring, so now the new bottom card, now we've got this position. Okay? So for the reveal, we do a double drop, which is Brother John Hammond's technique. I think you could talk a little bit about it, but just essentially pull back the top card and let the bottom two literally just drop like so. And it just looks like so. Boom. From the bottom. It's just, the bottom's literally a double. And take the top card, boom. And I would recommend the Magic of Brother John Hammond for intermediate and advanced card entertainers and magicians, because there's a lot of great ideas in there. A lot of magician foolers in there. It's just some insane stuff. And had I not known about it, I would have been fooled by it over and over and over again. So that's a double drop. I made my recommendation so I could live without guilt. Now we've shown the jacks, and we turn the... So, again, we are in this position. Okay? Take card, turn it... we do double drop. These are two cards right here. Okay? Receiving as one. So, double drop. And then turn it up, and now we show the jacks. Okay? And these are the same jacks we saw before, but done in motion and kept in motion. But they just see the jacks and it's perceived that these are the other two, even though these are the same two. I know, crazy, right? That's reset for you. Then I do a semi-unique take on the reset. I would say, cool. So this is a double on top. We've got here, right here. I drop everything, squaring everything up, leaving this card sticking out intentionally and purposefully. And I said, check this out. If I just push, and I could push the reset button myself, but I actually like to let spectators do it because magic is more powerful in the spectators' hands. In the case they do that, you use this part of your thumb or part of your hand to be able to brace for the cards, because spectators are questionable at times, and so the cards don't fall out the back or nothing to that nature, so you brace for it. They push it on in, the reset button, which is great. Then you push it on through the hands. And then we say, and you know what happens when you push the reset button? They all. And then you do an Elmsley count. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and if you don't know Elmsley count, I teach it as well as others, so you can look it up on YouTube. There is the Elmsley count, and then at the end position, we are left like this, the jacks on the back, because of the Elmsley count, and then the 3 cards. Okay, and then from here, we just get a break on 2 cards from the back, game break on those 2 jacks right here, behind the aces. And then we lift up these cards, and in normal reset fashion, we lift up the cards. And as we square it up, people can even get a little glimpse, because it's, if you did the order correctly, it's going to be red jack for red jack, which is perfect. So we just drop these. So as we're coming up, pick it up, and then we come forward with the aces to set them down. So pick it up, and you want that cover. We drop those 2 other jacks on top, set the aces down, remember red ace, and we've got the jacks right here. We can display the jacks, all 4, keeping the double at the back, because there's an ace at the back. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and then drop everything on top. And when we dropped everything on top, we can then spread, and there is a discrepancy of the last one being a heart, but it's really a diamond. No one cares. And then it looks reset. Everything looks correct, which is great. And then you can push forward and hand them out. And there's nothing fine because nothing was gimmicked, but it just looks so great. So with that said, that is my take on reset, which I call the lazy reset, with a huge advantage of opening move. Regardless if you use a lazy reset part, the actual switch to set up is just amazing. It makes it so much easier to use. So with that said, wishing everyone a wonderful day. And if you haven't checked out this video or this video yet, definitely check them out. Wishing everyone a wonderful day, and see you in the next video.